Wanda Maximoff will be the villain of Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and she's gonna do it because her love Vision is not the good guy she thought. He's also a villain.
Avengers versus their own teammate, Hulk, who is out of control. It's a worst case scenario.
A villain is turned by Janet Van Dyne, or should I say Janet Von Doom.
Welcome back to New Rockstars, guys. There has been a secret villain hiding in plain sight in the MCU this whole time, and I'm not talking about uncomfortable costumes that are just a bit too tight, but really, we like them that way. This is Rogue Theory, the podcast that brings you the wildest, nerdy hot takes on the topics that you cannot stop arguing about. I'm Marina Mastros, and with me today to pitch the roguest of theories are New Rockstars' own Erik Voss.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, Erik?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm ready to go rogue.
How's the dungeon?
Just as musky and toxic as normal.
Great. Perfect. We're giving you a little oxygen today.
Thank you.
And also with us is America's uncle, Tommy Bechtold. Here he is.
Hello. Yes. My parents say I'm a late starter, but that's okay. Plenty of time to catch up. We'll be fine.
For the first time ever, guys, one of my dearest, closest, funniest friends, the rest of you guys,
Fair.
We deserve
is
that.
my good friend and very highly qualified nerd, Hector Navarro.
Woo!
Thank you guys so much. Marina, it's so great to be able to try and make you laugh, which I guess has just been our relationship for over 10 years. It's me always constantly trying to make you laugh. So here we go. Let's see if I still got it.
Succeeding at it. The last time we were on a computer, you were hosting and I was a guest, and it's
That's
just
true.
as fun. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And well,
Of
Hector,
course.
it's so great to have you on New Rockstars finally. We've been such a big fan of your work for a while, and I don't know what's taken so long, but you're here now, and we're so happy.
Making it happen only had to be a global pandemic for it to work out. Awesome.
Yes.
Worth it.
Here we go. First thing, the major thing we're talking about today is who is the secret MCU villain. So the MCU currently has a villain vacuum, all right? There's a big cartoon portable hole on the wall there's something missing, right? So among the many theories and rumors is some speculation that a character that we already know as a hero or like a neutral supportive character will get revealed to be secretly evil the whole time. Okay, so I'm not talking about guys like Mordo. We already know that he's going to turn on Doctor Strange. We saw that in the end credit scene. And Secretary Ross is already kind of a villain, so he doesn't count. Taskmaster will be unmasked as one of the good guys of Black Widow. None of that. That's all disqualified.
Okay.
So I want you guys to go super rogue here. Which non-villain MCU character has been lurking in the shadows as a villain this whole time, Erik?
So let's rewind the clock a year, my friends. What happened about a year ago?
Happier times.
A much happier time where it seemed like there was a bit of a future to the cinematic universe rather than one that's endlessly delayed. Well, there was a glorious panel at Comic-Con in which we saw a whole bunch of the MCU Phase 4 titles that were coming up in the pipeline. And then he brought out Scott Derrickson to do the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness panel. And there was like a surprise entry where he brought out Elizabeth Olsen once more, who was there earlier for WandaVision, who said that her show, WandaVision, is going to tie directly into Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. What if what we were really seeing there, my friends, was the villain of the Doctor Strange sequel? I think WandaVision will establish Wanda Maximoff will be the villain of Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and she's going to do it because her love Vision is not the good guy she thought. He's also a villain. So how is this going to work out? I'm definitely not the first person to speculate that Wanda Maximoff might turn crazy and evil, right? A lot of people have been saying that, but here's how I think specifically how it will happen. So,
is it because you've always hated Vision?
Oh, yes, that's true. I mean, I'm
Erik, what?
every one of my theories.
Benny?
Oh, welcome to New Rockstars, Hector. Every episode I work at some hate on Vision. I just think he's boring, and all of my theories in a way are just trying to like reveal a deeper, more interesting layer to the character that I hope is there. But so here's my theory for this. I think in WandaVision we're gonna see her trying to like resurrect her old love. She's gonna try to like flip through different realities where she has like a stable, happy family home, and she's going through different sitcom realities because, you know, growing growing up as a kid of television, as we all were, we associated good family values with things like Full House and Roseanne and I Love Lucy, whatever it is. So I think that's what she's trying to do. It's chaotic. It's nuts. We're going to get some hints toward like Mephisto and Agatha, and we're going to go into some dark stuff. But she's going to find out something about Vision that's really going to set her off. And we're going to rewind to the events of Age of Ultron, in which there was that final showdown between Vision and Ultron. And what was Vision originally conceived to be but a future host body for the Ultron OS.
Right.
In that moment where he zapped Ultron, some of Ultron got imprinted on Vision and buried deep down inside of his source code, so that the character that Wanda loved all this time had a bit of trace of Ultron's DNA, Ultron's digital personality.
Ooh.
Ultron is the root of Vision's personality, and he's just been masquerading this whole time as this kind of like altruistic figure. Vision is the child successor that Ultron conceived. His vision was successful. That's what vision really means. And then Wanda's going to figure this out in the course of WandaVision. It's just going to enrage her. It's going to set her off. This character who I thought I ripped his heart out in Age of Ultron, I've been holding his heart in my hand in a figurative way ever since. And she's going to lose it. She's going to get so enraged, and she's going to say, "F this multiverse," and it's all going to go into a tailspin of madness. And it's going to be on Doctor Strange to try to get a handle on it, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and fight against someone who should be a fellow Avenger, but have to conquer her in a way that doesn't destroy her, but preserves the multiverse in a stable way that hopefully will have, Deadpool and the other mutants in it.
Hey.
I like that.
There's a comic book precedent to that, so I have no choice but to stand.
Please.
So
Hector, please elaborate.
bums me out.
Please elaborate.
It bums me out. I mean, it's there's been multiple stories where what Eric's describing comes to fruition, right? What's the worst case nightmare scenario for Vision? Like, he opens his mouth and a big old Ultron ball pops out, and Ultron's like, "Psych, I've been here the whole time." And it's just like, it's such a bummer. And
Yes.
and I do think that there's a strong possibility that, and I don't want to say villain, but I think that Wanda Maximoff is going to end up being a major threat in the MCU. And I feel like, in retrospect, when you read comic books with Scarlet Witch going crazy and losing her grip on reality, some of it can seem a little bit tone deaf. Some of it can seem like, oh, it's a real bummer that you took a very powerful female character
Right.
and reduced her to like, she's crazy
She's
because she lost her
hysterical.
babies.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
hysterical. But I think that there's really interesting stuff that can be done with the character and her power level and her grip on reality that will still let her be a threat, but then still let her come out a hero.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree,
Yeah.
and I think the best villains are ones that are threats more than just like evil demons.
Yeah.
Ones that like can be contained and defeated in other ways that aren't just like, I'm going to explode you now.
Yes.
And it's more dynamic because you can't just, like you said, you can't just explode them. You can't kill her. Like, you still have to somehow contain her. It's more dramatic and more of a conflict than just like, let's explode her.
Yeah.
Although, explode as a verb is just like, let's explode it.
Let's explode it. And hey, who's better at doing that than Doctor Strange? He's like the one
Right.
hero we've seen in these movies who didn't just like kill his person. He figured out a creative way to like trap him in a time loop and bring him to heal that way. So like, this guy knows how to heal in other ways. He's the ultimate physician.
He's a doctor. Yeah, this is Dr. Strange.
Lots of this. Eric, that's a great theory. And so for your roguies, guys, I have these little fun decorative stones. They're nice and pretty.
Oh, great.
So, they're dropping everywhere. Eric, your color of decorative stones is green, okay?
Okay.
And you get 2 of them for that very solid theory. So here you go. What do they turn into?
Oh, my 2 favorite little dudes, Mr. Meeseeks and Dancing Groot. And he...
Yay!
I realize when I sway with him, you can't tell that he's dancing.
Hector, why don't you crush Eric with your much better theory?
I don't know about that, but I do think Vision is a cool character. Okay, let me give it a shot. I believe that a current MCU hero that could turn into a villain/threat
Okay.
is a character who I think is not at the end of his evolution, but somewhere in the middle. And I think people need to think about where else this character can go. And I'm talking about one who's been with us since almost the beginning, 2008, played by a different actor. And now he is the wonderful Mark Ruffalo. I'm talking about Hulk. Okay, so again, let's go to the end of the last Avengers movie, Avengers Endgame, where Hulk, because he was made with gamma, he had it in his blood, was the only one strong enough to be able to snap everybody back into existence. He saved the universe, but dude fried his arm. Yeah. And even in the final battle when he was fighting with everybody, he still had a fried arm. And at the end when he was helping with the time machine to send Chris Evans back in time, he had a fried arm and it was in a sling. The dude is hurt. And normally the Hulk has the greatest, even better than Wolverine, healing factor where the Hulk can just bounce back. So my theory is this. At some point in the future, and I also want to give a shout out to my buddy, Mr. Agustin Rios, who originally pitched this to me, where he was like, I think it's going to be Hulk. And I went, oh my God, you're right. Oh my God, you're right. And here's why.
That's
what
great.
What happens at the end of Avengers Endgame, he hurts himself, right? Banner is a scientist who's constantly working on himself, tweaking himself. We've seen sort of different evolutions of Hulk up to this point. And the smart Hulk, the Professor Hulk, was sort of where he became enamored with the idea of like embracing the Hulk. Well, now, in an effort to try to heal himself, and while still tweaking on the sort of Hulk formula that is himself now, he is going to unleash a savage Hulk. He's going to go too far the other end and create a threat for the Marvel Universe where we may get pieces of the storyline World War Hulk, where we're going to get... This is the reason why the remaining Avengers, I'm talking Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Wasp, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, whoever's left, is going to need to sort of team up again, and this is an Avengers-level threat. The villains who crop up in each individual movie, they're always going to be compelling, they're always going to be interesting, but the great thing about these big comic book crossover movies is that when you get to a concept that's as juicy as like Iron Man versus Captain America, you can't top it. Avengers versus their own teammate, Hulk, who is out of control. So worst case scenario, the thing that he's always feared is he really loses it. And by that point, hopefully, we can even get... hopefully we'll see some of the She-Hulk TV show that they're going to put on Disney Plus to sort of expand the Hulk family, if you will. We may get other supporting characters. We may bring back Liv Tyler as Betty. We may bring back, I definitely want to bring back General Ross, and maybe he'll turn into a Red Hulk or something to sort of combat the main Bruce Banner Hulk that we know. But at the end of the day, his threat is going to become too powerful and too dangerous for the world, and he will maybe even ask his Avengers allies to come and like take him out. And that's going to be a compelling story. That could be a story that I think would be worthy enough for like a final Mark Ruffalo film. I'm not saying he's got to die, but it's almost like a retirement movie storyline for him. The same way Chris Evans got one, Robert Downey Jr. I say you can give one to Ruffalo. If he can't have his own movie, do it in an Avengers movie to really focus the time on Hulk. I mean, Scarlett Johansson got her own Black Widow movie, even though her character died, and Hawkeye's getting his own TV show. Where's the love for the Hulk? Give us that love in an Avengers movie and make it heartbreaking to where, like, we don't want to see the Hulk doing this, and he doesn't want to be doing it either. But you know what? And you know what? We might even be able to get, like, a little evolution of, like, he goes Gray Hulk. He goes, different versions of the Hulk that we see kind of rapid fire in one movie. And it could end with the Avengers having to take him out or save the day, and he'll still live at the end, and you could be secretly like back to a hitchhiker. Dun, 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 dun. You think he dies, the world thinks that Bruce Banner's dead, but he secretly lived because he's a hero.
It sounded like you were doing the Jurassic Park theme song.
It is Universal.
Yeah.
So that's how Universal is going to take over the Hulk franchise. They're going to send him to Jurassic World.
Perfect.
And it will become Indominus Rex versus Hulk.
Ooh, I like it.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great. And also, it kind of addresses or like satisfies one of the complaints about Endgame, which is like the Hulk became kind of weak, or not weak, but like less of a threat. Like he was too in control, and so people were like, where did he go? And so if your theory is correct, then he comes back and we see him at full strength again, where he is the most dangerous thing out there.
Yeah.
I would love to see a storyline where he gets so powerful and so scary that all the fanboys that were complaining about Endgame, they go, no,
Yeah.
I want Smart Hulk back. This is too scary. He's too spooky. He's too strong. Because the Hulk was, to me, a hero in Avengers Endgame, but I totally understand the criticism of people being like, I wanted to see him Hulk out.
Yeah.
I want to see him Hulk out. You know, Thanos beat him up. He didn't get to beat up Thanos. And I'm thinking, well, the victory was he brought back half of all life in
Right.
the universe.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys.
Fair enough.
Sorry,
Strongest
that's
one
not
there
enough
is,
for you.
But listen, Marvel Studios, they're going to have their cake and eat it too. They will deliver a big, powerful, strong, out-of-control Hulk. It should be a good story. And it could be Mark Ruffalo's last major Hulk appearance.
Yeah.
And then we're ready for She-Hulk. Then we're ready for Amadeus Cho. Then we're ready for Red Hulk.
Yeah.
I say bring the rest of them on.
Nice.
That's great.
Hector, you get your decorative stones are red, and you get 3 of them, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do they turn into? The
crazy.
candles behind you?
Whoa, they turn into these candles.
Yay.
Wow. That's so cool. I didn't have these behind me, but now I have 3 decorative stone
Wow.
candles. Thanks, Marina. I'm going to put them right back where they were.
Don't worry, I'm keeping track of the score. You don't have to.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, the Pier 1 employees can be real mad if you move those candles around.
Yeah.
They need me out of here by 6. So.
Yeah. That is not Hector's house. He's not supposed to be there.
Well, it's the same for Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy, Unky
Yes.
Tommy,
Yes.
what do you have to? What do you think?
What do I think? Well, I have a real whopper of a theory here. Not to build it up too much, but this one's really gonna blow your minds, guys, because the my person goes from hero to villain in a really shocking way, because we met her first as Catwoman years ago in the film Batman Forever. But I've got Michelle Pfeiffer's Janet Van Dyne pulling the heel
Whoa.
turn in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So let's go
Wow.
back and remember what our involvement with Janet Van Dyne to this point, which has been strictly professional, much to my chagrin. In the MCU, Janet Van Dyne was she was lost in the quantum realm for 30 years. That's
Yeah.
a long time. I mean, that's more than I've been alive for. Wink. It's theorized that at some point she must have found her way to one of the cities in the quantum realm. What we don't know is what she did while she was there, and we don't know who she met. So I think a big reveal in the movie Ant-Man 3 is going to be a villainous turn by Janet Van Dyne, or should I say Janet Von Doom. Keep the monogram. You do not have to change the initials. The towels remain. The bathrobe remains. The bowling ball remains, because JVD is still in business. Jean-Claude Van Damme could also steal all of her monogrammed goods, and it would still be in play. So here's how I think that is going to happen. While she was in the quantum realm, she was taken prisoner by by Dr. Doom, who has either been banished there or is traveling there because he likes to, because he's Dr. Doom, he's Omega, he can do whatever he wants. He can frolic in the quantum realm, he can frolic in Syracuse, New York, for all I care. He's Dr. Doom. So he's going to take her prisoner, and there he's going to use one of two things. Either his mind transference power or his mind control power to get her to do his bidding. What does he need Janet Van Dyne to do? I think it's no accident that Scott Lang found Janet Van Dyne. I think Dr. Doom needed Scott Lang to find Janet Van Dyne so that she can steal Pym particles for him. So I believe Janet will not necessarily be a true villain and that their heart is villainous, but under mind control will be doing the bidding of one Dr. Doom. The defense rests their case.
Once again, Dr. Doom taking over people with mind control. There's comic book precedent, so I have no choice but to stand, even
Yes.
though I don't like any of these plans, because it means our heroes will be taken over. But if it's in a comic book, I have no choice but to love it unconditionally.
Thank
so
you, Hector.
And,
well done.
and some fun, proven evidence for Tommy's parallel there. Like, when we first saw Janet Van Dyne, she was wearing that hood, her face was covered, and a lot of people at first like, shit, is this Dr. Doom? And it's
That's right.
so similar that we used a thumbnail for a recent video where we kind of made it look like Dr. Doom was coming through a portal. For the hood silhouette, we used Janet Van Dyne from Ant-Man and the Wasp and just put 2 green eyes in there, and people are like, oh, that looks like Dr. Doom. We fooled ya!
We got you.
At the least, it's a visual homage to Doom, right?
At least.
Wow.
Tommy,
Yes.
that was excellent. And
Thank
your
you.
color of decorative stones.
Yes.
The only The only time there's going to be decorative stones used as roguies is when I'm hosting, because I just like have decorative like fun things around.
Yes.
And you boys will never have that except for Hector's candles. To Unky Tommy, you get 2 blue. Your color is blue.
All right, blue, my favorite.
Decorative roguies. What do they turn into?
Oh, this is perfect. This turns into a copy of Maeve Binchy's Circle of Friends, and a copy of Frederick Backman's My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. A lovely book. Retails for $16 from Simon & Schuster Publishers, and it's firmly in league with Roald Dahl and Neil Gaiman, a touching, sometimes funny, often wise portrayal of grief. That's My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry, on sale at bookstores now.
That's great, because the retail price for one of these stones is also $16, so that's a 1-to-1.
Whoa.
Perfect trade.
1-to-1 ratio right there. Guys, before we move on to round 2, Unky Tommy is going to help us thank our sponsors for today.
I would love to thank our sponsors, all of which are as close to me as my own children. Let's start with my first thanks. Thanks to our friends at Manscaped for sponsoring this episode. And thanks for our friends at Manscaped for getting me through many what I would call troublesome grooming sessions. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. And again, you want that precision engineering. You don't want like an associate's degree engineer coming at you with a ball trimmer. You want someone who went to MIT. They spent 18 months designing the Lawnmower 3.0. 18 months. That's a year and a half. Let's say I started a book a year and a half ago. I'm not halfway through. These people revolutionized ball shearing. The Lawnmower 3.0 is the greatest body hair trimmer the world has ever seen. I'll tell you, they've got it everywhere. I talked to my friends in India, and they're going ham with the Manscaped 3.0, the Lawnmower 3.0. They love it. They love it. It's waterproof, which is great, because if you're not shaving your balls in the shower, you're not living life like a true, or I would say like an original man. Like when man first walked the earth, they had to shave under waterfalls. It's just, that's the only way they could get the hair to get off their bodies. So you can live that life with this waterproof 90-minute battery. And again, I want to emphasize like what I said last week. If you are shaving your balls for 90 minutes, see a doctor. There is something wrong with you. You have what I would call...
You need to claim your award.
It's time, yeah. First of all, give yourself a high five because you have the hairiest balls of all time. Second of all, figure out what happened to get you to that point. 90 minutes is far too long. Also, I should mention there's an LED that's a light-emitting diode light so that you can see what you're doing, which is good. Don't try doing it blind. For years, as a challenge, I shaved my balls blind, and it was bad. And I ended up having to go to the hospital many, many times. Don't be like me. They've also got quiet stroke technology in their 7,000 RPM trimmer motor. That's a scary number. 7,000 RPMs at your family jewels. It better be precision engineered. That's like a race car engine coming in to hedge your testicles, okay? Get 20% off free shipping right now with the code ROGUETHEORY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the promo code ROGUETHEORY. Now I want to give 2 gentle thumbs up to ShipStation. If you're an e-commerce seller, right now is a wild time. People are ordering things left and right. ShipStation is here to help. When new Rockstars has tried to ship things in the past, it was confusing figuring out the logistics and the costs of everything. Philip would tell me, Tommy, you can't keep ordering visors. Visors are out of style. We don't make those. So we had a lot of trouble. Now ShipStation helps online sellers of any size get orders out quickly, save money on shipping, and keep their customers happy, which I'm told, based on all the economics classes that I took, that if you keep the customers happy, you will stay in business. They'll get you shipping rates normally reserved for Fortune 500 companies. It's the fastest and easiest and most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks and you'll be managing your orders and getting your product to happy customers, which, as we said before, happy customer, happy business. ShipStation works with all major carriers, and their interface brings your products together, whether you're selling them on Etsy, Amazon, or your own website. ShipStation is the #1 choice for online sellers. You'll ship more in less time with the best rates available. And right now, you can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use the offer code ROGUE. Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of delivery culture. Way better than cancel culture. I know I said that last week, but delivery culture, those people are brutal on Twitter. Get started at ShipStation today. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Rogue. Do not try and sing into it. It's a fake microphone at the top of the page. Type in Rogue. That's ShipStation.com. Then enter the offer code ROGUE. ShipStation.com. make ship happen. There are more reasons than ever why you might not be getting great sleep right now, but your mattress shouldn't be one of them. Helix Sleep makes personalized mattresses made right here in America and shipped straight to your door with free, no-contact delivery. That means they don't sleep on them first, which is rare. Most mattress places, they sleep on them 72 hours, they roll around, they get their stink on them, and that's how they mark them. That's how they know how to service your mattress. You got to get your mattress changed every 3,000 miles. Free returns and 100-night sleep trial is all yours with Helix Sleep. Choose a mattress. Helix made a 2-minute quiz, way too long, that matches your body type and sleep preferences. I'm kidding. If you can't take a 2-minute quiz, reassess your life, okay? They made a 2-minute quiz that matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Speaking of perfect body types and mattresses, Eric, why don't you tell us a little bit about your Helix mattress?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I filled out this quiz, and
Yes.
I got this Helix. It's like a queen size. It's like a dusk Lux or something. I feel like I'm being propped up. I have just the right amount of support, and it's like a nice little spring to it. So it's like it doesn't make me want to roll over. It's like I'm already in the perfect like groove, you know? Like your dream couch has your ass groove already baked in there. It like knows you.
Right.
This is what I'm experiencing right now. Best sleep of my life.
Best sleep of your life. Helix mattress was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick in the 2020 Mattress Oscars. Just kidding. It was by GQ, Wired Magazine, and Apartment Therapy, the holy trinity of mattress judges, guys, and by Tom Bechtold. I also rate it great, and there's only one person that needs to review my mattress because there's only ever been one person on it. I sleep alone 8 years running. Just go to helixsleep.com/rogue theory, take their 2-minute sleep quiz. They'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Whether there's one person or 10, I don't know what you do with your spare time. Are you in a couple? Are you in a thruple? Are you in an octocouple? That's great. How fun for you. Must be nice to have that type of human contact. They have a 10-year warranty. Are we even going to live that long? That's house money, baby. And you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. And honestly, do you want to see the look in the Helix mattress delivery guy's eye when you send a child back to him? It's just heartbreaking. Keep the mattress. You're going to love it. I promise you. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. I only need one, like I said, so one of you might get one as a gift for our listeners at helixsleep.com/rogue theory. That's helixsleep.com/rogue theory. Good night.
Bye, Tommy.
Tommy just dies. Eric, will you tell us about the Discord?
Oh, yeah. So all of you know that every week we like to play Rogue Theory with our friends on Discord, our generous supporters there. And this week we asked them the question about this new Mutants trailer that just dropped during Comic-Con, where we saw these creepy-ass smiley dudes with the razor teeth, no eyes. And so we just asked them, like, what the hell are those things? Like, how are they related to the story? What's the story behind them? And we had 3 really, really good theories. But the best one was our friend Gandalf, Dr. Adam Brashear, also known as, had this awesome theory. He posts all kinds of great theories on our Discord. But this one was for Rogue Theory, and he went into the ways that this will connect to the MCU, even if, like, they want to try to pull that card. Like, he talks about how he kind of used some of the things that I brought up in the trailer breakdown about how I theorize that these could be, like, manifestations of Magic's past trauma, because it looked like they had some Russian prison tattoos on their bodies. So maybe it's, like, it's her demon bear that, like, gets manifested and shows she has to, like, conquer them. But he found a way to, like, tie in Weapon X's history to this, and how, like, you can bring in actual mutant history into the MCU, and, like, he ties in everything. It's like a master theory. So you got to read this. You got to join our Discord just to read the whole thing, because he connected all the dots. It was awesome.
He has a Homeland chart on his wall.
He must.
Thank you, Eric. Speaking of New Mutants, that poor movie already had a weird delayed history before coronavirus screwed up movie release schedules, and it was shot in 2017, but it had been pushed back multiple times due to reshoots and the Fox-Disney merger. So many things have happened. They released new footage and did a Comic-Con at Home panel for the film last week, and it's scheduled loosely, finger quotes, to come out in theaters next month, but who knows if that's going to happen. So, guys, pitch me on if and how New Mutants will ever be released.
Oh, I got this. To me, this troubled film is the perfect dance partner for a troubled platform. This reeks of a Quibi joint, does it not? I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. I mean this entirely earnestly. Chop this movie up into 5 or 6 parts, 12 or 13 minutes long. Release it weekly through Quibi. You have a why are people angry about this? Who is excited for this movie? Who even really knows how this movie's going to tie in? What kind of horrible patchwork are they going to have to do to make this make sense in the MCU? Why not just have it come out as this really, really, really expensive, star-studded Quibi series and maybe get some Marvel cynical fanboys over to Quibi for a little bit where there's actually some decent content that people just refuse to watch. It's a win for Quibi. It's a kind of a loss, but at least a daring risk for Disney to try and do a little something with the quibs. First of all, Quibi should be pronounced Quibi because it's quick bites. It's not Quibeats, Quibeats, quick beats. So I'm gonna say the New Mutants needs to be out on Quibi yesterday. But I've always learned that 2 negatives make a positive, and I don't think this is any different, guys. Maybe I'm a dreamer. Maybe I'm just a guy that spends 90 minutes mowing his lawn with a Manscaper 3.0.
Tommy.
That's not what it's for, Tommy.
Oh. Sorry, I call my groin my lawn.
Oh, okay.
Who would do that? Who would use that as a weird extended metaphor for their product?
I don't know.
That's...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Tommy.
All right.
Tommy.
I can't...
Yeah.
I need to go next because I feel like I can't possibly come up with a better idea than to release this on Quibi. So let me just...
You can go next. I'm going to give Tommy 2 little roguies because here's why, Unky Tommy.
Yes.
Because that was the worst idea I've ever heard. However, I'm giving you 2 full roguies because no one sells anything harder than Unky Tommy, and you fucking convinced me. You convinced me.
Wow.
You convinced me.
This is huge
Hector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Hector.
Oh boy, that one tired me out. That stressed me out. And I'm not even a shareholder in Quibi. That stressed me out. Listen, gang, I'm going to be real. I thought about this and I just keep coming to the conclusion of I feel so bad. I feel so bad for everybody involved.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for these people that made this movie that was like, yeah, this will be part of the X-Men franchise. And it was like still a thing, a couple years ago. I feel so bad for these actors that have grown into adults since they made this movie. I have heard this argument online before, and I feel like I side with this side of the argument, which is people feel now so bad for New Mutants, the movie, that the one camp is going, do a digital release. The Tommy camp is going, put it on Quibi. And the one other camp is going, just let them have a theatrical release, even if it takes another 18 years. Like, let them... because if it's about the momentum of the X-Men franchise, that's gone. The moment has passed, certainly. So that's not going to help. So at this point, I say push it into 2021. Find a cool month for like a horror movie thing, maybe next October, to kind of counter programming for like Halloween Kills or whatever. But just let them have their movie in theaters. Let it be the last remnants of the Fox era X-Men world. Don't put the type of pressure on it to be like, is it going to tie into the MCU? It's probably not. It's just people are going to be disappointed in that way. I'm like, look, just push it a year, put it in theaters, whenever theaters are able to safely open, whenever we have a vaccine, whatever the thing is. And that will also give me a year's time to rewatch all the X-Men movies so that I'll be really ready, really ready to watch New Mutants, which probably has nothing to do with the X-Men movies. But I just want to give them a theater, man. I feel so bad.
That's so true.
Fair enough. Yeah. That made me feel sad for them.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
It is
Sad
sad.
for those actors making thousands
It's really
of
hard to make. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Listen, they're well paid. They're all good-looking young actors. They've got their whole careers in front of them. I didn't see the Comic-Con panel, but apparently people that watch it, they were like, they're very clearly over-promoting this movie. And I'm like, I bet they are. I bet they are.
God.
That's a real bummer that they have to keep doing that. So, yeah.
Great job, Hector. I'm giving you two more roguies. There's a giant candle behind you, which might count as 2.
They turned into a green Sharpie and a thick black Sharpie.
Wow.
Thanks, Marina.
Marina.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Thoughtful.
And that's because you chose the safest route, right? Safe for all of us, like, right? Like, don't force it. Just like let us all be safe, and also the kindest route. So that's why you get 2 Rogies. And also I wanted to see everybody turn these into more things. Tommy, you didn't turn yours into anything. So what are they?
Oh, mine actually, it's so funny, turned into a copy of The Mighty Miss Malone by Christopher Paul Curtis. We are a family on a journey to a place called Wonderful, is the quote on the back. And then it also turned into The Story of Arthur Trulove. Story of Arthur Trulove by Elizabeth Berg. Jane Hirschfeld says, Elizabeth Berg reminds us both of both the richness of any human life and the heart's needed resilience. So go ham, Jane. I guess you really liked it. Yeah.
You know what's funny is that one of these, I hope that this gets back to at least one of these authors.
Yeah.
Is that they're
Me
like,
too.
you know, somene's like, you're on a Rogue Theory podcast on New Rockstars? Someone's
For a book
starting
that
a book?
for a book you wrote 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
By
an
the way-
Amazon review that's like,
Yeah.
Rogue Theory sent me here.
Yeah.
Great.
By the way, guys, I want to point out the Mighty Miss Malone retails for only $5 in paperback. So I mean,
Wow.
that's
Ooh,
something
what a
anyone
deal.
can
it's a
afford.
steal.
Yeah.
What deal.
Great deal.
Eric, how do you think this is going to come out, or should?
All right, I hear both arguments. I hear one of the arguments. Sorry, Hector. Quibi is actually. I see this going. No. I think we gotta just release it on Disney Plus, right? I feel like this should have been there the moment of launch of Disney Plus. Now, the only argument against it I see is like, or there's 2 arguments. One, if this is like a Christopher Nolan style Tenet movie that needs to be seen on a big screen, and 2, if like the actors or producers or directors or creatives, I would say, behind it really are counting on the back end sales of that movie. It seems like this is the kind of movie where most of the people were paid up front. You know, at least the actors. Maybe Josh Boone had some deal with the studio. It's like, I get 10%. If so, give him the full new subscriptions for Disney Plus that come in as a result of it. Just give him all $7 of every, a million person who signs up as a result. I just think this doesn't seem like a movie that needs to necessarily be seen on big screen. You got, Arya Stark, you got Charlie Heaton from Stranger Things. Both of them are like small screen stars anyway. And like, this is just like an opportunity to get a ton more signups for Disney Plus, so that when Falcon Winter Soldier drops, so that when Mandalorian Season 2 drops, they're already there. Well, it's like there's an opportunity to build out the app and create more of a demand, because while Disney Plus seems to be doing well, it's nowhere near the market share that Netflix has. Netflix has already taken over the world. These other studios are just trying to get a slice of that pie. So this is a chance for Disney Plus to really grow its market share, and any profit that you make from it, just make sure to give the creatives a cut of it, because they will be missing out. Make sure that they're taken care of is the only thing I really care about there.
And the other thing too is Disney Plus has kind of been quietly putting X-Men and Fantastic Four movies on there over the past couple weeks and months. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys are reaching into that pile of movies that you have.
Yeah.
So it would kind of be fitting to be like, you've seen X-Men Days of Future Past. You've seen Fantastic Four. Now it's New Mutants. We're the Marvel channel, but
something that doesn't connect it all. But hey, the pumps are primed. Pumps are primed.
Right. Pumps are primed, baby.
Eric, that's great. And I'm giving you 3 full.
Damn it, 3. Go ahead.
3 full Rogies, because I have Disney Plus, so I will get to see it immediately.
Yes.
And when I'm judge, jury, that's what counts. That's what counts.
Perfect.
Judge, jury, coronado law.
Yes.
Eric, what did this turn into?
Turns into my Chewbacca bobblehead from The Last Jedi, the only Star Wars film. And then turns into the board game Pandemic, that used to be my favorite game, and now I'm too afraid to play because it's too realistic.
real.
But it did teach me a lot.
Eric, is this Jumanji your fault? Did you Jumanji us?
I rolled
Did
5
you
or 8.
Jumanji us playing Pandemic?
no.
Son of a...
No,
You
shit.
Jumanji'd us. You Jumanji.
Finish the game, Eric.
Yeah, finish
Never.
the game.
Because my third thing turns into my Pixar water bottle, which was given to me by my lovely girlfriend Kelly, who works at Pixar,
Yeah.
and was here the moment coronavirus kicked in and everything shut down. So it really was my wish that she could stay with me for the weekend that is still lasting. And I'm sorry, but it's been worth it. I won't wish it back.
Oh, yeah.
Manjied us.
You Jumanjied
I did.
us,
I
yeah.
did. No regrets.
Guys, right now, Eric and Hector are actually tied.
Wow.
With Tommy so close behind.
So close.
And
Just
really
a
only by 1
quibby
point.
length away. Just a quibby length away.
Just a
quibby behind.
Just a
Quibby.
quibby, guys.
But don't worry, we will determine the winner, and it's going to f***ing be Hector no matter what.
Okay.
With our round of rogue questions, which are rapid fire. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Question number 1. Natalie Portman said in an interview that she's going to try to get jacked for Thor 4. What character in the MCU would you most be surprised to see show up in crazy good shape?
I'm gonna say Hank Pym. Like
Yeah.
he's been so obsessed with seeing the digital effects people
Yep.
reduce his age. So he's like, I want to do that for real. And he just has like that J.K. Simmons jacked bod in the next movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Groot. I'm gonna say if Groot showed up ripped, I would be concerned. I mean, I guess he could probably make his arms into redwoods, but still, if Groot had cut abs and
Yeah.
bulging biceps, I would be a little nervous. I'd be
That
surprised.
is weird.
Yeah. I would be surprised at one of my favorite actors in these movies and one of my favorite characters too, the great supporting role of Ned Leeds, played by
yes.
Jacob
Oh,
Batalon
yeah.
from the Spider-Man movies. If he showed up super jacked, because he's a bigger guy. He's a
Yeah.
bigger guy, and he is such a great ally to Peter Parker, kind of a civilian role. In the comic books, the character he plays is named Ned Leeds, and Ned is a bit more fit, and he ends up kind of becoming one of the men who was dressing up like the Hobgoblin. So he becomes sort of like but he was kind of framed, and so he has an interesting sort of more soap opera-y backstory with Peter Parker and other people in their sort of social circles. I would be blown away if people that were making the MCU were like, yeah, Jacob, we need you to get super jacked. You're going to be the bad guy. I'd be like, what? Dude, he's the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. He's the guy in the chair.
That's great. Tommy, I liked your answer best, but I'm gonna give a point to Hector anyway, because
Wow!
you.
All right, that's
Oh,
fine.
man.
That's
I'm
fine.
never going to be invited back. Everybody's going to hate me. All
I
right.
know, it's only because
Trust me.
I'm the judge.
That's
I'm
right.
judge jury. Question number 2. Disney Plus is developing a movie about kids that turn into their Halloween costumes, which is also just a Goosebumps book
Yep.
that I read. Like, it's 100%.
Yeah, Disney.
Yeah, that's
It
a haunted
is.
mask. I read
Yes.
that one.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
that Goosebumps book is.
Isn't it-
Anyway, what Halloween costume that you guys wore as a kid would you least want to turn into?
Ooh, for me, as a really small kid, like a 5-year-old, me and my sisters and my cousins all dressed up as California raisins. And I could
That's so
see.
cute.
You remember they had a hot minute where the California raisins had a
Yeah.
Christmas special and a TV show. So I
Yeah.
would say, for a variety of reasons, not the least of which the appearance of a grown man with that type of appearance might be problematic. And it was. I think we used garbage bags for the raisins. That would be very suffocating. I think So for me, the California raisins being a lifestyle would be difficult.
If you did it now, you'd just look like a giant testicle.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's some people do say that is what I look like. So maybe.
Tommy!
Tommy, stop.
Sorry.
When I was a kid, my mom made me a custom made costume for one of my favorite cartoon characters. But if I were to turn into this character today, I would hate my life. And that character was Daffy Duck. My mom made me a Daffy Duck costume with a custom
Wow.
bill that came out. So I had a hat that I put on, and then I had a
Cool.
black costume and the sort of orange
Yeah.
leggings, and I
Oh,
was
cool.
Daffy Duck. But Daffy Duck, I love Daffy Duck. I would hate to be Daffy Duck. Everybody hates Daffy Duck. He's awful. He gets shot in the face constantly. He gets shit on nonstop.
Yeah.
I would want to be Bugs, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, because he's a stinker. He's the guy in control. You know, he's able to mess with people. But Daffy Duck is perpetually not learning the right lessons. And going through the world, people would be like, what is this, Looney Tunes back in action? Get out of here, Daffy Duck. And I'd be like, come on, let me on the studio. I work at Warner Brothers. They'd be like, we don't understand how a cartoon can be walking around. This makes no sense. And I'd probably be captured by the government or killed because I should not exist. I would be an abomination to nature.
Oh my God, that's a really good answer. Eric?
I'm trying to think. When I dressed up in Halloween costume, my parents are a bit older. I'm like the youngest of 5, so they would never like bother to figure out what I was gonna wear. So I would just like put on like a ski mask and be like, I'm a burglar, I'm a robber, and but no one could tell it was me. So I think I ran into some neighbors who were trick or treating. They're like, who are you? And they were my older sister Katie's friends. So I said, I'm Katie's sister. But I meant to say Katie is my sister. So that's all I remember for Halloween. But that saying that has given me so much social anxiety over the years, just that confusion. And the idea, I've had so many stress dreams in which I'm a criminal, in which I'm a burglar, or which like I've murdered someone. So I would not want to turn into like a real life criminal. Because I think
Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. I'm Katie's sister. I'm Katie's sister.
And they shoot me in the face. They're like, her.
Yeah, your costume is Katie's sister.
That's right. I'm Katie's sister. I'm Katie's sister. No,
California's gold.
It's like the Santa Claus where I just grow long hair and
Yeah.
I play volleyball.
Yeah, that's great. I liked Eric's answer the best, but I'm still gonna give Hector the road.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is great. Hector feels bad, but he shouldn't because I'm the villain here. The answer to question 1, topic 1 is who's the villain? It's really me.
Ah!
Yeah.
Last one, guys. A guy in full Dark Knight Joker cosplay was seen riding a jet ski in the East River in New York City. In your best Joker voice, what would he say while riding that jet ski?
So in Florida, we associate jet skis as like the number 1 mortal enemy to manatees. Because people on jet skis just rent them and they don't obey no wake zones. They don't give a shit. They'll just go run over these poor endangered sea cows that are beautiful and sweet and eat lettuce. So I would imagine Joker taking a jet ski down the St. Johns River, running over a manatee and going, you want to know how you got these scars?
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Joker on a jet ski would go like this. And here we go.
Oh, and then it looked like you let the jet ski go.
Yeah.
And he swims.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Mine would be Sad Boy Joker from Joker movie, and he would say, my mother always told me I was the best jet skier.
That's great.
And he would smile, and they'd be like, hey, man, can you just get off the jet ski with someone else wants to ride it? And then he would shoot them.
Nice. Good. I actually liked Eric and Hector's the best, and Tommy's the best. But guess what? All 3 of these go to Hector.
Wow, it's a blowout.
So, Hector, you don't have to do 4 more, but what do all of these roguies turn into?
Well, I'm going to need some help from Tommy. Tommy, can you help me out? One of them turned into this book. Read the cover.
Jackie Chan. Never grow up. It's the story of Jackie Chan as a little boy in London who is sprinkled with fairy dust and travels to a faraway land of Neverland where it's nothing but martial arts from there, baby. Watch as Jackie Chan battles the treacherous Captain Jet Li in a battle between good and evil. Jackie Chan, Never Grow Up from Random House. This book retails at $74 and is autographed by the author.
Guys, that's it. That's it for Rogue Theory. Eric, you had 5 roguies. Tommy, you had 4 roguies. But Hector had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rogues.
Oh my God! Rigged.
So none of you ever stood a chance.
I'd like to dedicate my win to Eric and Tommy. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm splitting it up.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it.
You just did the Mean Girls tiara crack, and we each get a piece.
Yeah.
Don't forget,
That's right.
I'm the real villain and Hector is the hero.
Yes.
Guys, that's it for this episode of Rogue Theory. So thank you to our guest, Unky Tommy.
Thank you for having me.
Tommy,
Mwah.
where can we find you online?
You can find me online in the darkest corners of the deep web at Tommy Bechtold. Just like my name is spelled, it's not pronounced Bechtold. It's not pronounced Bitchtold, like the guy who called my house the other day wanted to pronounce it. It's Bechtold, like Beck told you a story.
Great. And as always, thank you, Erik Voss.
Thank you. It's been great. And keep an eye on the channel this week. We got some great stuff like original X-Men breakdown. I'm not going to be saying the director's name during that video, but I'll be talking about Hugh Jackman and Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart plenty.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
And Hector, guys, give it up for Hector, our first
Yay!
time guest. What a great guest. What great theories.
So much fun.
Hector,
So much
where can
fun.
we find you?
You can follow me on the internet on Twitter and Instagram at HectorIsFunny. And thank you guys so much for having me. This was an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Of
Right.
course. Hector, what was your wish? Did you do a wish or no?
Whoa, my wish?
Yeah.
For coronavirus to be over. For coronavirus to be
All right,
over.
all
Why
right.
would I wish for anything else?
We've been waiting for someone
Yeah.
to wish for that in an episode.
Yeah.
Now we'll finally
Yeah, because
pull
somebody
that trigger.
Jumanji'd us. Because somebody just
All
really
right.
Jumanji'd the hell out of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, Hector won, but he asked for a wish that I cannot grant. But maybe if we all wish hard enough.
Wait, I have a separate wish.
Okay, yeah.
Marina, I wish that Marina would tell us her favorite line from the movie Blade.
Okay, great.
Oh.
Great. My favorite line from the movie Blade is, "Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill." This is the sound of whatever. I'm not bad
very
at gun
true.
sounds, but you know.
Yeah.
Listen,
Guys,
Whistler hasn't been cast in the
That's
MCU
right.
yet.
That's
It
right.
should be Marina Mastros.
Get on it,
Yes.
Tigers.
Yes. Oh, what a dream! Oh my God, Hector, what a dream! Oh, I would die. Guys, thanks for listening to Rogue Theory on the podcast and watching it on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to Rogue Theory podcast feed and stay tuned to the YouTube channel for this and other shows. Follow us on Twitter at New Rockstars and hit that subscribe button and keep coming back. We're gonna be here, but thankfully for everybody else, I won't be hosting all the time. So it's anyone's
no.
game. It's anyone's game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.